Hey everyone, my name is Kyle, and I have worked in the London Drugs Tech Department for over 26 years.
I'm Ricky, looking at about 20 years, so, baby at the table.
Welcome to our new series called Next in Tech, where we're going to talk about all the cool products that we sell in the London Drugs Tech Department. Today, we are heading into a category that is incredibly popular, mobile, and how you can use that to get your content online.
Content's just exploded over the years. It's people with their smartphones. They're like, oh, look, I'm in Japan. Look at this delicious thing I'm eating. Or I've just hiked this mountain. Like, there's just so much that we're seeing people do with just what's in their pocket. It's just mind-boggling.
So let's dive into that, Ricky.
Yeah.
So we all have a smartphone in our pocket. It's so powerful. What can we do?
You can kind of do anything. And I know that's a broad statement, but it is what it is. You're talking 4K video. We're talking onboard stabilization. We're talking little tips and tricks that your phone's like, oh, I didn't know I could do even that little, did you know your volume button can take a picture as an example? Not all phones, but some phones.
So let's say I'm somebody, I want to create content. I'm looking to purchase a new smart device.
Yeah.
Let's dive into the camera. I mean,
Sure.
we hear megapixels. What am I looking for there? Walk us through it.
Megapixel's been king for years, right? I remember we sold our first digital camera when that was the only thing that mattered. Cameras were 3 megapixel. We were comparing to film. That was the life. Nowadays, cameras have 48 megapixel, 50 megapixel, 56 megapixel. And we're talking, house-sized pictures if you want to do it with something like that. Average consumer, you really don't mind that much. Once you get above that 6, 8 megapixel, somewhere around there, really think digital file that I can manipulate post-production.
Next topic on everybody's mind. We see it everywhere. We all hear it. But what does it mean when it comes to my mobile device and content creation, AI? What do they have in them? What can I expect?
Kind of leading actually from where I just was. That megapixel, that amount of information that's built into that photo is what AI is going to work with. So when we grab that 21 megapixel that your new Samsung device camera has, it's going to have all of that photo information to work with. And it's going to go, hey, look at all these layers. What do I want to do with this? My brain goes to, you've all seen the ads, Samsung, Google, Apple, whoever. There's a beautiful beach, park, whatever. There's you and, somebody you love. And there's a dog in the background catching a Frisbee. And that's pretty cool, but it's not for the photo I want. So I take my finger and I kind of wave it over the person and the dog and they disappear.
So when I take a picture with my son's phone that's a little bit older versus my phone that's newer,
Yeah.
I can't tell the difference in those pictures, but AI can. And when we're doing editing, that's where we're going to start to see the difference.
Ideally, you should be able to see a certain extent of that there. And if I would say, iPhone 10 to the iPhone 16, I can see a difference in just the photo taken. Okay. But yeah, when you're back to AI, which is, just using whatever information is provided to do more, all I can think back to is Photoshop. Like if I wanted to move that dog out of an image that I took with my phone 5 years ago, plug in my computer, go into Photoshop, chop around the photo. Maybe it takes me 10 minutes, maybe it takes me 5 minutes. I'm really bad at Photoshop, so it probably takes me 20 minutes. And now the person's disappeared. And I've done the same thing. But nowadays, my mom can go, ooh, circle, circle, click, and the person disappears.
That is super cool. And it's just that easy. So I go on holidays. There's somebody off in the background that I don't want there because I just want the focus to be the waterfall in my family. You're telling me one click, I'm removing that person.
Yeah. Or you forgot to invite me on your vacation and you wanted to add me into the photo.
No, I didn't forget.
Oh, okay.
But no, that's very cool. Though. That's very cool.
I like waterfalls.
So next question. I'm out in the mountains, which I'm out often. We're in the middle of nowhere. I'm shooting 4K video with my phone. I love that content, but we all know this one. My battery's starting to die, right? What are my solutions? What are we looking at there?
You thought about a new phone. Just kidding. Realistically, it comes down to more than likely a battery pack, right? So you're going hiking, you're already like, what's the smallest thing I can bring with me probably, right? Is how little stuff do I want to carry? I've got a friend who drills holes in his toothbrush to reduce weight for big hikes. So for him, I would be like, hey, here's this cool little 5,000 milliamp battery pack. He sticks to the back of his phone. It's probably going to give him an extra, charge or two off something like that. Or you buy something a little bit larger. I'm thinking LOGiiX has a 20,000 milliamp hour battery. And which phone do you have?
iPhone 13 Pro Max.
With that in mind, let's call your battery, let's call it 3,000 milliamp hours. So MAH. 20,000, you just divide that kind of by the 3. So let's say you get 6.5 charges off of that big battery pack. Right. So you, son, wife, daughter, maybe something like that, go for a hike. You can charge everybody's phone once. You charge your own phone 6 times. It's kind of whatever you want to work. But that's what's going to keep you going. Because end of day, my 15 Pro is still dead and I didn't even use it for 4K video. And let's not even get started on storage, right?
Okay, so what about, because I'm out there in the the mountains, we take a quick break.
Yeah.
What about quick charging? Because I hear a lot about that. Can I go from 0 to 50 in 15 minutes? Like, what does that look like?
Depends on the phone, because technology is technology. For you, plug it in, let's call it 15 minutes for lunch. You're probably 25-30% charge. So you've upped yourself quite a bit.
Yeah.
For myself, probably closer to 50.
Wow. So the newer phones, in 15 minutes, you're going to get 50% charge.
Many factors always factor in, like that battery pack, how much power is being pushed out of the pack. Did I get a capable of pushing that power? So there are other things that are always going to factor in, but you'll find most phones have a quick charge spec for 0 to a certain percentage. So if you're at 70% and you're trying to get back to 100, probably not going to happen. So your battery health is going to matter in there. But if you're at 1% and you want to get up to 30, that's where that fast charge is really going to kick in and try to superpower your phone as a starting point. But it doesn't want to do it in the long run, because otherwise it'll hurt the battery.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's move on. We're talking about some of these amazing high-end phones, which is great. But what about, my daughter who, I don't really even have a phone anymore. It's my daughter's phone.
Yeah.
So she's ready for her own phone. She's absolutely going to want to create content.
Yeah.
But I'm not spending that much money on her. So like, what are our options in that? And what does that mean for content creation?
Content creation's interesting. Like, I can think of friends who, I'm going to say, have the eye for a shot. And that's been the age-old thing with photography. You can have an old camera that's run down and maybe it's not the greatest. If you have the eye for the shot, for framing, you can probably do it on anything. Okay. Like, I've seen photo contests where somebody with their smartphone's like, I've taken the best photo in the world. And you're like, very cool, but I can see how you knew to get down and use this puddle as a reflection of the night sky above you. And there's just certain things that you learn taking any photo. Using, let's call it a mid-range phone. Like right now, what is it? The 16E, I think Apple has out, that is like their base model phone. Down to one camera. So, for the content creation, a little soft in that sense versus a 2-camera phone. But something like that would get you started. It's still a good quality single image. You're just stuck within the restrictions of it can't have an inner or outer zoom lens point. So you're kind of a fixed focus point. So if I'm let's say that food vlogger and I'm putting it on my desk here and I'm going to make something delicious, that's probably okay, because I can put the camera wherever I want to on a little tripod or something, and I'm okay. If you, as a supportive dad's like, hey, cool, I want to, move around the kitchen as she's, baking cookies or something, you could get something like, I think it's DJI. They make a gimbal. You can put the phone in, you hold it, and the phone has image stabilization, but nothing's quite as good as, putting it in a gimbal, having that full range of motion as you go, wee, and the phone keeps itself relatively stable throughout the whole thing. Okay, so for her dancing in her bedroom, tripod. And the 16E, good to go. Okay. Yeah, probably some audio enhancements at that point. But if she's throwing music over the top of it, it's kind of whatever. What about data transfer? We're all going to go get these new phones. That's probably the biggest concern a lot of people have, right? I'm going to go buy this new phone, but our phone isn't just our phone. It's the data on it. So what are our options there? For most people, their phone's their life nowadays. Like, we do phone repair and that kind of thing at LOGiiX. We have people that are like, I can't be without this for 2 hours. Like, it's my pins, it's my everything, it's all kinds of stuff. First, foremost, before you're getting that new phone, please, for the love of God, have a backup. Just iCloud, hard storage backup somewhere, something. But beyond that, our technicians can help you with that kind of thing. Super easy, for our technicians to do. Just bring it in and we're ready to go. Like, that's normally my recommendation to a new customer, especially if they're not the most techie. Simply, hey, do you want to fight with your new phone for the next week while you try to figure out where you put all your stuff? Or do you want to come back in an hour or 2 hours and everything looks the same way and you're ready to go? Yeah, makes it easy. Yeah. Perfect. Well, there you go. Incredible insight. Our expert, Ricky, here. Thank you so much. And, that's great for everybody out there. And, content creation is only going to explode further. So everyone should jump on board. And the mobile device in your pocket, as you just heard, is all you really need. So thank you so much, Ricky. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And we will be back with another great episode of Next in Tech, where we will feature another awesome product carried by LOGiiX.